Hello, everyone. Once again, it's time for Story Time with Mrs. Miller, and today's story is Katie and the Sunflowers by James Mayhew. You might have read some of the other Katie books. They're great books. Here we go. Grandma was helping Katie plant seeds in the garden when it started to rain. Never mind, Grandma said. The rain will make everything grow. But what will we do instead? Said Katie. Let's go to the museum, said Grandma. You always have fun there. When they arrived, Grandma sat down to rest, so Katie went off by herself to look around. The museum was full of warm, sunny paintings. Katie liked a painting called Sunflowers by Vincent van Gogh. The sunflowers looked dry and crunchy and were full of seeds. I would love to grow seeds like these in my garden, said Katie. She reached into the painting and discovered she could touch them. But Katie bumped the vase. It wobbled and fell right out of the picture, spilling sunflowers and seeds all over the floor. Oh no, said Katie. I'd better clean this up before anyone sees. Just then Katie heard giggling. She looked around, but there was no one else in the room. The laughter was coming from the Breton girl dancing by Paul Gongier. What's so funny? Said Katie, climbing inside. Katie saw that she was standing beside a farm. Three girls, Maisie, Musette, and Mimi, giggled and pointed at the mess Katie had made. You'll be in big trouble if anyone finds out, they said. Oh, I didn't mean to knock over the vase, said Katie. Will you help me clean it up? Too tired, said Maisie. We've been dancing all day, said Musette. Katie turned to Mimi. What about you? Only if I can bring Zabu, said Mimi, picking up her dog. I suppose it's all right, said Katie. Let's go. So they went through the frame into the museum. Mimi and Katie gathered up the sunflowers, but Zabu wanted to play. He snatched the flowers and ran off. How can we put the picture back together now? Said Katie angrily. I'm sorry, mon ami, said Mimi. Let's try to catch him. They chased Zabu, but he was too quick for them. Suddenly he took a flying leap towards Café Terrace at Night by Vincent van Gogh and disappeared inside. Katie and Mimi jumped in after him. Zabu refused to let go of the sunflowers. He darted between the tables and chairs, bumping into them and sending plates and cups flying. Then he ran between the waiter's legs. Look the law! Cried the waiter, dropping a plate of pastry. He was very angry. He chased Katie, Mimi, and Zabu right through the frame and back into the museum. What are we going to do? Gasped Mimi. I've got an idea, said Katie, spotting a painting by Paul Cézanne called Still Life with Apples and Oranges. Come on, I need your help. Katie reached into the painting and grabbed one of the end of the tablecloth. She told Mimi to take the other end. Now pull! Yelled Katie. The bowls of fruit tipped over, and apples and oranges came tumbling into the museum, just as the waiter caught up with them. He slipped on the fruit and spun around until he was dizzy. Look, he yelled. I wonder where Zabu went, said Mimi. He must be here somewhere, said Katie as they dashed away. Alas, said Mimi, I'll never find him, and he'll be lost in the museum forever. Wait, said Katie, I hear a dog barking. They followed the noise, and there at the end of the corridor was Zabu. He had dropped the sunflowers and was barking at the bright red dog in Tahitian Pastorals by Paul Gongier. The red dog barked back, and Zabu jumped inside the picture. Your dog is nothing but trouble, Katie grumbled as they climbed in after him. Zabu and the red dog barked at each other, wagging their tails. Welcome to our island, said two beautiful women. It was very peaceful. The breezes were full of the scent of flowers and blooming, and the sea gently lapped at the beach. Phew, said Katie. It's very hot here. Let's go wading. While Zazu and the red dog scampered on the beach, Katie and Mimi splashed in the sea. Zazu was digging furiously when all of a sudden he disappeared. Where's he gone? Said Mimi. Katie peered into the hole. It was very large, and at the bottom was Zazu sitting on top of a big chest. Mimi and Katie moved him aside and slowly raised the lid. It was full of gold coins. Pirate treasure, said Katie, showing the women. What will you do with it? We have no use for money here. We have everything we could ever need, they said. You can have it if you like. Katie took a handful of coins and thanked the women. Then she, Mimi, and Zazu went through the frame and back into the museum. Katie quickly picked up the sunflowers before Zazu could grab them again. We'd better put these back, she said. Which way is it? I'm not sure, Mommy, said Mimi. I think we're lost. Then they saw Zazu sniffing at something on the ground. Sunflower seeds, said Katie. Zazu's left a trail of them. What a clever dog. I'm glad he came after all. Mimi gathered Zazu up in her arms and followed back to the trail of sunflower seeds to the Cezanne still life. They carefully replaced the fruit and then went on to the cafe picture by Van Gogh. The waiter was standing there with a piece of paper in his hand. It's a bill, said Mimi, for the pastries you ruined. Katie dug into her pocket and took out the gold coin. Is this enough? She asked the waiter. Merci, he said, looking very pleased. You may eat here whenever you want. And he climbed back into the picture. Katie and Mimi followed the seed trail back to the sunflower picture. Katie collected a few seeds from the floor, wrapped them in a tissue, and put them in her coat pocket. Then she carefully arranged the sunflowers in the vase and put them back in the picture. Almost as good as new, said Katie. Thanks for coming. I'm glad I did, Mommy, said Mimi. It was fun. And she hopped back into her picture with Zazu. Grandma was waking up when Katie returned. Shall we see if it stopped raining? Grandma said. It hadn't, but Katie didn't mind. Rain is good for the garden, she said. It will make everything grow. The end. So the different pieces of artwork they talked about and the different artists are all real artists and pictures. So the sunflower by Van Gogh is a very, very famous one. You have your girls dancing. That one's also pretty famous. Let's see, the next one. Oh, then you have another Van Gogh where it's the cafe. You have the still life. And then you have the Tahitian pastoral, meaning, it's like just a picture of a bunch of people out in nature. And those are all famous paintings that you can look up. So I hope you enjoyed our story today and have a wonderful day.